Hello 8-Bit family, welcome back to a brand new video where today we are recapping, we're recapping who won Elimination Chamber and just the whole pay-per-view itself. I'm all out of whack. I don't know why my wording is so, well yeah I do, because I just finished the damn thing. It just went off and I'm recording this right afterwards, so I'm a little excited. And yeah, guys, with all that being said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're not a part of the 8-Bit family already. And with all that being said, let's just go through it. Now, these matches are going to be out of order because I didn't like an idiot. I was so caught up in the show that I didn't number these in order. And so, you know, things are going to be a little out of whack, but I do know the first match we had was actually on the pre-show, and I didn't know this match was happening, so I didn't do it in my predictions, but it was Mojo Rawley taking on Curt Hawkins. I was about to say Chad Hawkins, because I think Morrow said that on SmackDown or something like that, or on a pre-show or something. I don't know. Yeah, this was a pretty boring match, and Mojo won. Curt Hawkins looked ridiculous in his little singlet. I could have sworn when he first debuted he had like some sick pants on, like just some long pants, but yeah, I don't know, he looked like a jobber. It was ridiculous, but yeah, Mojo went over. He won. Good for Mojo. Poor Zack Ryder still out with that injury. I don't know if he got the surgery already or not. Hopefully he did. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. I think he said it'd be out for like 6 or 7 months or something like that. So yeah, that's the whole thing. So the next match we're gonna be talking about, like I said, these are out of order. I don't have these in order. Kalisto. Why can't I think? Apollo Cruz versus Dolph Ziggler. My prediction was this was going to be a DQ. It was going to be thrown out. But sure enough, Apollo Cruz and Kalisto end up beating Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler got his heat back at the end of the match. Or after the match, he got the chair and beat the hell out of both of them. And yeah, maybe even put Apollo on the shelf for a couple months. He put his leg on the chair, threw the chair, stomped on it like 2 or 3 times, and so yeah, maybe they'll put Apollo Crews out for a little bit so that he can probably, I don't know, maybe go back to NXT or something, just establish a character. I don't know. People were chanting "Thank you, Ziggler," and when you have a heel that's being thanked against 2 baby faces, you know you got a problem. So yeah, that was that. Mediocre match. Didn't really matter. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's next for Apollo Crews. I don't know what's next for Ziggler. I don't know. I'm at this point, I'm really hoping that we get that amateur heel faction going, so Ziggler has something to do. Because at this point, he literally has nothing to do. He's sitting here in the lower mid-card now. He was in the main event in SummerSlam. Well, SmackDown's main event. At SummerSlam, buying for the world title. Now he's sitting here fucking around with Kalisto and Apollo Crews. So, you know, I don't know. I wish the best for Ziggler. He's had a pretty good career, so who knows what he does next. So the next match we had was Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. This was a pretty decent match, like I said. This actually was not the sleeper match, though. We will be getting into the sleeper match in just a couple of minutes. That I thought was fantastic. I thought it was really good. So yeah, Mickie James took the L. So Becky Lynch ended up winning. I think it was via roll-up, I believe. So I think this will definitely continue. I'm not sure. I probably should be watching Talking Smack right now to see if it will continue. Because I think Mickie James and Alexa Bliss are both on there right now currently. So I don't know if this is going to continue or not. I don't know who Naomi will face at WrestleMania, if she even goes into WrestleMania with the title. Oh shit, spoilers. I'm talking about Naomi the champion. So yeah, anyways, Becky Lynch won. Now let's get into Nikki Bella versus Natalya. Again, another meh to decent match. Nikki Bella definitely pulled out some new things. I think she did like a cross armbar at one point. And she pulled out the fucking STFU, a better looking version than Cena's, which was really good. I thought that was a really good spot. And I still wonder why she doesn't do the FU or the attitude adjustment. I guess maybe it would probably pull away. It would probably take away from people liking her if she adopted just all of Cena's moves. But it was nice to see the STFU incorporated into the match. This match ended in a double count out. But developments were made. So backstage, Nikki Bella was getting interviewed after the match, and Natalya goes over, beats her down, throws Nikki Bella into Maurice, where I think she was doing like makeup or something, into Maurice. So you got that quick snapshot of Maurice, and they pulled away from her, focused back on Nikki Bella and Natalya. But it was setting it up. That was setting it up. So I think that's pretty much confirmation that we're going to get Nikki Bella, John Cena versus Miz and Maurice at WrestleMania, I believe. So yeah, next up we had Tag Team Turmoil. Oh boy, I'm trying to remember all the teams. American Alpha versus The Ascension versus Breezango versus the Usos versus the Vaudevillains versus Heath Slater and Rhino. I believe that's everybody. I forgot to mark down who got eliminated in which fashion. But don't worry, I got that for the Elimination Chamber. I do know to start off the match, it was Heath Slater and Rhino and Breezango. Breezango obviously lost the first encounter, and they looked like a couple male strippers in their little outfits. I invite you to go look at the images. I know you'll find it. Oh my goodness. I think I tweeted it out at 8-Bit Lane. Link in the description for my Twitter. I was tweeting out during this whole show, so yeah, I thought that was hilarious. And my one gripe about this match, it was decent. It was a good match. It was good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of fun spots. The one thing I didn't like was how quickly the Vaudevillains were eliminated. It made them look like chumps. And don't get me wrong, I don't like this current iteration of the Vaudevillains, but you know, you gotta give teams some type of fighting chance. And they gave Breezango a good fighting chance. They lasted for a good, I think, 10 minutes or so. The Vaudevillains, like, barely 5 at that. I could have sworn, like, I was watching, I looked away, looked back up, and Simon Gotch or the other guy was being pinned. So, you know, not very good stuff. And then by the end, I really liked this because I was about to call bullshit. So by the end, the second match to the last was the Usos and American Alpha. And American Alpha ended up getting, I think, the sneaky pin on one of the Usos. And the Usos ended up beating them up after the match. Like, I mean, extensively beating them up. And they go away. I love the Usos. I don't know why they're currently not being used in their current iteration with like sort of the gangster Samoan bros. I don't know. I mean, they look badass and they're really good. They're really good in the ring, and just their characters are so well defined now. So yeah, that happened. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be an easy win and a good way to sort of say, hey, yeah, this is why American Alpha lost the titles to the Ascension. The Usos beat the piss out of them beforehand. So then we have the last team, the Ascension, come out. You're thinking easy pickings. They do their finisher on, I believe it was, fuck, who was it? They do their finisher on Chad Gable, I think. Or it may have been Jason Jordan. I don't know. They do their finisher on one of them. And, one of the Ascension guys, I believe Victor, I think, goes out of the ring. He's thinking it's going to be easy pin, 1, 2, 3. But Chad Gable or Jason Jordan, because I can't remember who it was, ends up breaking it up. And so, yeah, then they have sort of like a 10, 15-minute match. But the thing that I liked was it wasn't really a just clean, defined victory for American Alpha. Because what ended up happening was one of the Ascension members, I believe, is in the ring with Jason Jordan, I believe. Chad Gable ends up dunking like a clothesline from one of the Ascension guys. I know this is sort of all over the place. So Chad Gable ends up ducking underneath one of the clotheslines from one of the Ascension guys. So he's on the outside of the ring. Chad Gable slips into the ring. Jason Jordan lifts him up, and they do their double finisher on one of the Ascension guys. And then, while the other Ascension guy's trying to get into the ring, Jason Jordan jumps over the ref and pushes him down. So they get to 1, 2, 3 in a pretty good match, and it didn't completely bury the Ascension or made them look bad. It was sort of just like a slip up. So yeah, that's what ended up happening. I'm sorry if my recapping is all over the place, because I can't remember all the spots, because I don't write down every spot that happens. I just write down who wins, and I try to remember the good stuff that happened in each match, if there is good stuff in each match. So that was Tag Team Turmoil. I gotta take a breath. Okay, now we get to the sleeper match, the match that I thought was match of the night as far as singles competition goes. The chamber match was really good. I thought the chamber match was really fun. And that was obviously the best match of the night because you got a big gimmick and a lot of strong characters and wrestlers in the match. But this was the best singles match on this card. Luke Harper versus Randy Orton. They gave this match at least 20 minutes, I think. It seemed really long. Harper looked amazing. Not to say Randy didn't. Randy always looks good. He's a great worker. He never messes up. He rarely messes up. And he made Harper look like $1,000,000. Randy ended up winning, but it was a great match. It showed off Luke Harper's abilities and what he can do. And at one point, the crowd was on Luke Harper's side, and they were chanting, "Let's go Harper." I thought that was great. I thought it was really, really good. So, big thumbs up to Randy Orton for giving Harper the shine like that. Where Harper goes from here, I don't know. I would love to see him go, probably chase the IC title again. I could see Harper probably being like a 5 or 10-time IC champion or something like that. Harper is really good. He's a really good worker, and he's good on the mic too. That promo he gave last week on SmackDown was great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what they do with Harper. Hopefully they don't, keep him as he's sort of a tweener, I believe, but hopefully they don't just keep him in limbo and having him do, weird things or, insignificant matches. Hopefully he stays strong and they book him well. So next we had your women's, SmackDown Women's Championship match. Champion Alexa Bliss versus Naomi. And this was a good match. I believe it was only about 15 minutes, I think. And there's not a whole lot of big spots in this match, but Naomi won. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked, and Twitter blew up. I was so shocked because there was not a huge build for this. There wasn't a big build. You know, they only just recently made Naomi number one contender within the last, 2 months at that. And, they recently just put her in the main event scene of the women's division. You know, it was very strange, but it was really good. It popped the crowd. And, the one thing I saw people bitching about this on Twitter was her promo. Everyone was talking about, she's a shit promo. She needs to get better on the mic. Look, if you're that emotional with a crowd chanting, you deserve it, which when she started hearing them chant that, she immediately, cracked in her voice and was just really emotional because, obviously, it's a big moment, and she probably was not expecting that. So with her, the mixture of her being super emotional and just getting done with a 15-minute match, she's probably not going to have the best fucking promo. So, I don't harp on that as a mistake or something she should work on because she is getting pretty good on the mic, just normally. After a match like that and being really emotional, I don't expect her to have the best promo, but I thought it was decent for what it was. It showed how emotional she was, how happy she was, and I don't know what they're gonna do with her as champion. I don't know who's next in line. I'd probably say that there's probably gonna be some triple threat or fatal four-way to either determine a number one contender, or there's going to be a triple threat or fatal four-way at Mania for the SmackDown Women's title. I just feel like that might be a thing. So I don't know, but congratulations to Naomi. She definitely deserves it. She's been in the company for a very long time, and feel the glow, baby. Feel the glow. Okay, so next, finally, your main event, the Elimination Chamber match. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena versus AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin and versus The Miz. This was a great Elimination Chamber match. They did a lot of spots with the cage. They did a lot of spots, up on top of the chambers. Just a lot of spots everywhere. Good stuff. And, surprisingly, I didn't do half bad on these predictions for who got eliminated. So, to start off in the match, it was AJ Styles and John Cena. So I don't have the order in which they came in, but I have the order in which they were eliminated. So first eliminated was Baron Corbin. Now I saw a lot of people bitching on Twitter about this, and to be honest, I don't really mind how he was eliminated because it was a cheap elimination, and he got his heat back by beating up Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose was the one who eliminated him. He got his heat back by beating the piss out of Dean. There was a spot. I remember this fucking spot because it looked brutal. He held Dean's head up against the cage and was throwing elbows to the back of his head. Just vicious. And I was like, oh my God. Because you could see them hitting his head and hitting the top of it and everything. Just vicious. Gave him an end of days. And that led for The Miz to come in and pin Ambrose to eliminate him. So first out was Baron, second out it was Dean. And this was great because it sets up the IC title match at Mania, which will most likely be Baron Corbin versus Dean Ambrose, which I think is great. It makes Baron still look strong and like a monster. And it gives both guys something to do at Mania, rather than have Baron Corbin in another Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. That was great stuff. And then next eliminated was The Miz by Cena. And then the big moment. We had AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt, the final two. So I was pretty spot on almost. I said that Baron would be eliminated first, then Cena, then Miz, then Ambrose, and then AJ. So how wrong was I? Miz was eliminated third. I got that right. So so yeah, swap out Ambrose and Cena, and I would have been spot on. So yeah, AJ Styles, Bray Wyatt, the final two. AJ, this is why people love AJ. I'm gonna go on a little mini rant here, just a mini rant, small rant. This is why people love AJ. He was the first in the match, and he took some of the nastiest bumps in this match from like the first 10-15 minutes all the way to the very end. He took some nasty bumps. I mean, just absolutely nasty. Like, how do you not love AJ Styles after this match? He puts his body on the line in every match he's in, and you know, he's great. He's phenomenal. I mean, he's so damn good. So yeah, final two, AJ and Bray. They had a good little, I think it was almost 10 minutes. Maybe not even 10 minutes, but yeah, I think it was, I'll give it about 10 minutes. They had a good little 10-minute exchange. And finally, AJ goes for the phenomenal elbow. Bray Wyatt catches it. Sister Abigail, and we have a new WWE champion, Bray Wyatt. Huge crowd popped, really huge, and I popped too, even though I knew it was gonna happen. I knew it was happening, and I'm sure a lot of marks out there knew it was happening as well. But man, to finally see Bray with the WWE title is fantastic. I can only imagine how he feels. But he's so good at hiding emotions. You know, he was just pretty much in character the entire time, and it was great. It was really good. It was a good moment. And then, of course, at the end, Randy Orton steps out, stares Bray down, and yeah. So WrestleMania, Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt for the WWE title. You know, I mean, it's kind of sad that Randy will Randy pick up the WWE title at Mania? I don't know. I don't know if the crowd would pop big for that. And that would only give Bray I believe there's only 7 weeks until Mania. So giving Bray only a 7-week title reign is pretty pathetic. You're pretty much just making him a transitional champion, which I don't think Bray should be. So I don't know. Hopefully I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have high hopes. I'm glad that Bray finally has a world title under his belt. And yeah, that was the show. Overall, what would I give this on my rating scale? 1 to 5, 5 being the best, and you absolutely need to check it out. Get the network and check it out. I would give this show a solid 3.5. Because there were a lot of matches that, you know, really didn't have any significance, or I didn't really want to see. You know, the Cruz, Kalisto, Dolph match. Don't give a damn about. The Nikki Bella Natalya match. Don't give a damn about. Yeah, like those two matches, I could care less about. And I'm not going to count the kickoff show as part of the entire thing. Yeah, because then it would make it even lower. But, you know, if I didn't have those matches, and Yeah, then I would probably say more. You know what? I'll be a little bit more generous. I'll say 3.8. So almost 4 stars. 4 stars. Almost 4 stars. It was a fun show. I would say watch this show for the Harper Orton match and the Elimination Chamber match. Watch the show for those 2 matches, and I think you'll be completely satisfied. So next up we have Fastlane, which they mentioned to us quite a bit tonight. Goldberg versus Kevin Owens for the Universal title. Obviously, Goldberg's winning, so they can beef up the match for him versus Brock at WrestleMania. And we have Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. Hopefully, Reigns does not win. I really hope Reigns doesn't win, which I don't think he will, because I think Joe is going to cost Reigns that match. Some way, somehow, either Joe or Taker. One of them two have to cost that match, because they can't have Braun lose to Reigns, cleanly. Because then it takes the smoke from Braun, and it won't be good. It won't be a good time for anybody. So yeah, that's the next pay-per-view we have up, and I'll be doing predictions for that as well. And like I said, be sure to subscribe and hit that little notification bell, because I will be doing recaps of Raw and SmackDown now. So and with all that being said, guys, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and stay awesome. And remember, I don't know why this outro is so fucking weird and all over the place. I'm tired. I don't know. Anyways, guys, stay awesome out there. Remember that tomorrow is another day.